You think you are in control? But the most dangerous manipulations don't happen when you are weak. They happen when you feel emotionally safe. The dark empath doesn't seduce you with chaos. He seduces you with familiarity. He studies your emotional rhythm. He mirrors your values. He reflects your strengths back to you. And before you realize it, your mind starts to trust him, because he feels like the one person who finally understands your internal world. This is the trap. The mind doesn't bond to people. The mind bonds to recognition, to someone that makes you feel seen. And that's why intelligent men fall for dark empaths. Not because they are naive, but because their defense is built against obvious manipulation. Not the invisible one, the one that disguises control as connection. A dark empath never takes your power violently. He makes you offer it. He gives small doses of emotional intensity, validation, micro-closeness, and then the withdrawal. And your brain interprets the person as rare, special, the exception. This is not romance. This is operant conditioning. And here is the uncomfortable truth most men avoid. The manipulation that destroys you is always the one you believe you chose. If you ever felt that someone knew you too well too early, if you ever felt that someone used your vulnerability like a secret map, if you ever felt addicted to a connection that was draining you, then this video is for you. Tonight, we're not here to talk about love. We're here to expose the psychological engineering behind the dark empath, and to reveal how your own mind can confuse control with care. Before we continue, pause 1 second, because this video is not a random curiosity clip. This is a map of psychological traps that are actively shaping the emotional lives of millions of men right now. And if you want to protect your mind, you need to stay connected to sources that expose these silent mechanisms with precision, not distraction. So here's my direct request to you. Subscribe, not because it helps the channel, but because your mind deserves a space where you are not treated like a passive spectator, but like a man who is actually building self-awareness intentionally. The algorithm trains your brain more than school ever did, so you must consciously choose what your mind consumes. Every video we publish here is designed to do one specific thing: break the invisible patterns that quietly control your behavior. If you don't subscribe, your brain will forget this video in 2 days. You will get pulled back into the dopamine loop, short clips, surface content, distraction, and the same emotional cycles will repeat all over again. But if you subscribe and stay, you will create continuity. And continuity is the only thing that rewires a pattern. So if you want to understand the architecture of manipulation, and you want to build a mind that can sense the trap before getting emotionally hooked, subscribe right now. Click the button. Join the men who are waking up from the emotional fog. Now let's go deeper. Why do dark empaths succeed when narcissists fail? What is the exact mechanism that makes a man bond to someone who is quietly draining him? That's what we break down next. The reason dark empaths are so effective is because they don't trigger your defense system. Classic manipulation feels like pressure. You feel tension. You feel alert. You feel the energy of someone is trying to take something from me. But dark empath manipulation feels like emotional permission. They don't invade your mind. They enter through your values. A narcissist says, "I know what is right. Follow me." A dark empath says, "I think like you. I feel like you. We are the same." And your brain interprets this as resonance, not danger. This is why intelligent people fall. Because the mind doesn't resist what looks like alignment. The mind relaxes into it. Dark empaths don't overpower your identity. They confirm your identity, and then twist it by millimeters. Just enough for you to start choosing the decisions that benefit them, while believing you're doing it for yourself. This is the difference that matters. Narcissists use force. Dark empaths use familiarity. They don't make you feel controlled. They make you feel understood. And that is the most powerful psychological leverage available. Dark empaths create addiction through emotional dosing. They give you a spike of validation, then they vanish. Your nervous system doesn't feel rejected. It feels unfinished. An unfinished connection is what the mind chases the hardest. Because the brain doesn't crave pleasure. It craves completion. This intermittent reinforcement makes your body produce stress chemistry that looks like passion, but it's dependency. You start thinking about them when they're not around. You replay conversations. You analyze meaning. You fill gaps with fantasy. And that is the trap. You do the emotional labor for them. The dark empath doesn't have to seduce you continuously. He only needs to give you the right microdoses at the right time, so your mind continues the seduction alone. And here's the part most men never notice. Dark empaths don't manipulate your emotions directly. They manipulate your interpretations. They plant questions like, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe he's just busy. Maybe this connection really is unique. They never tell you what to believe. They make you doubt your own internal signals. And the moment you start distrusting your instinct, you automatically start trusting them more. This is the silent shift. Your nervous system stops using your own intuition as reference and starts using the dark empath as the emotional truth source. From that point on, they don't need to control you. You will self-regulate to protect the illusion. That is the real manipulation, making you betray your own perception voluntarily. Once this pattern is set, the dark empath becomes your meaning filter. Everything you feel, you start calibrating around their reactions. If they approve, you relax. If they pull back, you chase. Your nervous system becomes predictable, and that is the point where identity begins to deform. Not dramatically, subtly. You stop asking, is this good for me? And a different question begins to appear. Is this good for us? But us doesn't exist? There is only your emotional energy feeding their psychological game. This is why escape feels painful. You're not breaking a relationship. You're breaking a pattern your brain secretly used as emotional structure. Leaving a dark empath is not leaving a person. It's leaving the version of yourself that you became to keep them close. And here's the brutal reality. Dark empaths rarely attack you. They simply step aside and let your own emotional momentum destroy you. Because after the pattern is installed, they don't need to control your feelings. Your mind will continue the loop alone. You will keep checking your phone. You will keep waiting for the next microdose of validation. You will keep replaying the last sentence they said, trying to decode a meaning that was never real. This is the psychological elegance of the dark empath trap. They don't need to hold the leash. Your mind becomes the leash. The manipulation continues even when they are absent. Even silence becomes a hook. That is why this is so dangerous, because the enemy isn't the person anymore. It's the version of yourself that your mind built for them. The real pain of this dynamic isn't that someone tricked you. It's that your own mind collaborated with the illusion because it felt emotionally meaningful. But here's the leverage. Dark empaths cannot survive. The moment you recognize the mechanism, the spell breaks. Consciousness kills conditioning. When you can name the pattern, you stop acting inside it. Dark empaths don't lose power when you block them. They lose power the second you see the architecture of the manipulation itself. Awareness is the weapon they cannot defend against. If this touched a part of your story, don't just disappear after this video. Patterns don't dissolve because you understood them once. Patterns dissolve because you repeatedly bring awareness to them until the nervous system cannot run the loop anymore. So here's my direct invitation. Subscribe, not for the channel, for your mind. Because the next videos in this series are not entertainment, they are emotional training. Every week we break one more layer of the mechanisms that quietly control intelligent men. Most men will click away now, back to short dopamine hits, back to distraction, back to the patterns they say they want to escape, but that's not you. Stay, subscribe, turn notifications on, and next Thursday, and next Sunday, we continue this exact series, and we go even deeper into the invisible traps that shape the modern male psyche.